What more do you have on the largest contract in sports history?
Well, David, this is actually a 10-year extension on top of the 2 years remaining on Mike Trout's 6-year, $144.5 million deal.
Here's the first $400 million player in Major League Baseball history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful day.
Mike Trout has, easily been the best player of this generation. And, as you heard Jeff talk about, he could go down if he keeps this up as the greatest player of all time. So there's a lot of jealous players out there, not only because of the contract length and the dollars, but he gets to stay in L.A., which he loves playing. And from my standpoint, I got to spend a few months with the Angels, one of the best places to play in baseball.
Since he was a rookie, he's 26 years old now. He's already, if his career ended now, he's a Hall of Famer. Right now. And first ballot. And he started as a rookie, having one of the greatest, if not the greatest, age 20 season ever in baseball. And then same thing with age 21, 22, 23, 24. Every single year, he has one of the, if not the best season ever for a player his age. You know what that means? By the time you get to a certain age, you're the best player ever.
He deserves every penny of it and more. I mean, the guy's been the best player in baseball. He's probably one of the best baseball players ever. So I don't even think there's anything to question about him signing that deal. I mean, he obviously likes it in L.A. and now he's there forever. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy for him.
Mike Trout is a bad man. And you know who I reserved that for. Aaron Rodgers. But I'll say it again. Mike Trout is a bad man.
I mean, if anyone in baseball is going to deserve it, it's going to be Mike Trout. I spent the day with him Friday, and I'm like, dude, you buried the lead. I mean, we were together for about 4 hours talking about all kinds of different stuff, but it doesn't surprise me. And that Mike Trout, twofold, he's the best player that we're going to see in the game right now. You think about the first 7 years of his career, nobody has been better. If you compare him, those first 7 years, all the numbers that he's put up. So yes, $430 million, it's going to knock you out of your chair. It's definitely going to take you back, but if you think of anyone that deserves it, it is Mike Trout, and the fact that he just gets to stay in LA.
Mike Trout is on pace to perhaps be the greatest baseball player of all time, and that makes that one hell of a deal for the Angels.
What is good for baseball and what is good for the world of sports is an organization stepping up, not just paying you for what you've done, but projecting your value and saying, we don't give a damn. There is no way in hell that we need to be the organization that lost this guy. You don't lose a Mike Trout.
This will keep him in Los Angeles through age 38 if he wants. There is a no-trade clause in there, and he has no desire to leave Los Angeles and potentially go anywhere else, even his home of Philadelphia.
I think he's going to be worth every penny of this, given that he's had arguably the greatest first 7 full seasons of anyone in history. There's no reason to think that he's ever, that in any time soon he's going to regress in any way. His focus, his diligence, his durability is amazing. He gets better every single year, and there's no telling where this guy is going to end up, given where he is right now. That's how good he is. He is a transcendent player, and it's a great deal for Trout, obviously, but also a great one for the Angels.
I honestly don't think there's a huge impact on the sport because Mike Trout is an outlier. I mean, this doesn't set a new bar for other players because nobody is Mike Trout. Now, you might at least have a top salary that people can strive for, but it's not like the next guy is going to get a $450 million contract. I love Mookie Betts and I love Aaron Judge, and these guys are great players, but the consistency that Mike Trout has and the dominance that Mike Trout has puts him in a class completely by himself.
I actually found from a friend of mine that sent me a text. Just really pumped up, really excited. I mean, to be able to finish my career here, with the best player in the game, and I mean, well-deserved. I'm so happy for Hank and his family. But I think the most important thing being the best in the game, in the business is just a better person.
This is huge for the Angels. The Angels had to do this. They had to offer him this kind of money. He puts butts in the seats. Without them, they're an irrelevant franchise. They had to have this. The question was, would he take it, having been in just 3 playoff games in 9 years? The answer is yes. He loves the Orange County lifestyle. It's an endorsement of that. It's an endorsement of their future. New manager Brad Ausmus. Billy Epler is a smart general manager. We're rebuilding the farm system. And again, the question is, do they have to make the playoffs and go to the World Series for this to be worth it? The answer to me is no. He's the greatest player right now in baseball history.
They don't have to make the playoffs with this
He's
contract?
online. If you've seen him play, he's worth the price of admission every night. And again, this is a guy who's going to be probably the best player in baseball history. To watch him grow and evolve, it's worth it to them. I'm telling you, Tony, it's worth it.
Wilbon, is this a good deal for the Angels and a good deal for baseball?
I don't care about baseball. It's a good deal for the Angels and for Mike Trout. They are entering into the agreement, the Angels and Mike Trout. They keep him in Southern California. And for baseball, yes, because baseball, it's one of its most important markets has to be Southern California. And it's not just the Dodgers, it's the market. So, yes, it's good for baseball. But more importantly, Mike Trout, he went out there and said, you know, Bryce, it's very nice of you to recruit me to come to Pennsylvania.
That's right.
You got that covered, I'm sure.
That's right. Yeah.
$430 million.
Tremendous.
He has to be jealous of no one in professional sports for the next 8 years anyway.
I personally think, and I still hold true to my statement, that no player should be allowed to sign a deal more than 6 years. But my Lord, if ever there was an exception, if ever there was an individual that you take the rule book and you throw it in the river, if ever there was an individual to look at and to place your faith in and to say, excuse me, we believe in you, it is Mike Trout.